Welcome back to Astroattic. Today I wanted to talk to you about a few things that you can do to help make sense of your natal chart placements, especially if you're someone where you plug it into one of the free online places and it just doesn't really seem like it fits. The first suggestion would be to double check your birth time. In some cases that might not even be 100% correct, depending on what was going on with the birth. As someone who formerly also was a birth worker, sometimes it's really hectic. And sometimes there might be a minute here or a minute there, which often isn't massive, but sometimes it is. Sometimes you're born in the exact minute between rising signs or something like that. If you suspect that your birth time is wrong, or if you just don't really have a birth time at all, that's a great time to chat with someone who does rectification. Another thing that I highly recommend, and I've talked about before, is to check your chart sect. This is a Hellenistic technique, so I would recommend using a whole sign chart for this. If your sun is above the ascendant, descendant, horizon axis, just draw a line between those. If the sun's above, you're a day chart. If the sun's below, you're a night chart. As you might imagine, a day chart, the sect light is the sun. Out of the two luminaries, the sun and the moon, you're more likely to more closely identify with the sun. Likewise, if you have a night chart, it would be more likely to be the moon. Of course, it also depends on a million other factors. I think a really helpful layer to this, kind of like unearthing and discovering of your own birth chart, is looking to the dispositor or the planetary ruler, so the planet that traditionally rules the sign where your sun and moon are, and trace that further and further until you hit an end point, so you can understand all of the energies that are filtering in through that luminary, assuming that your sun is not in Leo or that your moon is not in Cancer, because then it's its own ruler. That can really give you a lot of information about what other energies are at play, what else is coming down the stream towards you in the river of your birth chart, and how that can reflect out. See how that feels, see if that makes more sense to you, like, oh yeah, I do actually have a little bit of a Gemini flavor. And understanding too how those signs relate to each other, if they're, natural companions, if they might be a little at odds, and see if that more accurately describes your lived experience. Happy Sunday. I hope that if you're seeing this tonight or tomorrow morning, that you have a lovely day, that you're doing things that are affirming, that you're finding ways to shine, whether it's Sunday or Monday, that's lovely. And that ultimately you're finding a way to step into this next iteration of you and of your soul purpose. And I hope that you remember that you matter and that you're here for a reason.